Welcome back to Barnzey Burns Down the World. I've been away for quite some time.
So long that you forgot that I said that I will do the intros.
Yeah. Alright, then do the intro then.
No.
Well, there we go. We're in the show, everybody.
It's good. You know, you're the only one that actually says welcome back to the show. I don't even fucking do it.
No. You don't have an intro. You don't have some... Well, you have the intro music, but you don't have, like, any cool announcer.
Well, the idea behind that is to just fade into general conversation, but it doesn't exactly work when we're like, hey, let's sit in this room, set up microphones.
Let's do the intro song.
And then just, hit record and do that.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. We got a good episode planned here today. We've got a very special guest coming.
Very, very special.
He's running a little bit late, so we're just going to fill in some time.
You may have heard of him. We talked about him in one of the earlier episodes, if you cared to watch those.
As early as episode 4, so this has been a long time coming. Because if you do the math on that, that's like 5 months ago. That's how long we've been doing this.
We're up to like episode 30. 30,
yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
If you're going to declare numbers, you have to be confident, even if you're wrong. It's all about the confidence.
Absolutely. As Andrew Tate would say,
it's
our hero, our misogynist hero.
Don't introduce him.
I saw that. I saw a few people we knew.
Yeah.
Posting on Instagram that he's a violent misogynist. Oh no, turning people into violent misogynists. I'm like, me.
They're talking about me.
They're talking about me.
No, it's okay. So the thing with that, right, is depending on your social media algorithm, I see all the comedic clips that he does, right?
Yeah.
I don't get any of the not hate mongering, but
I mean, I just started seeing all of that shit recently, like everyone else.
Well, like Instagram, Facebook. Like in just general YouTube. Yeah, because he's a very...
like, who the hell is this guy?
He's a very popular algorithmic topic, and I plan on taking massive advantage of it, but I think I'm a bit too late in Slack.
Yeah, but one thing actually, like his brother Tristan Tate was on a show called, it was some island show?
Yeah, recently. Yeah. Dude, that was like 2004.
No, I didn't say recently, I don't think, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he was like the best guy on there.
Dude,
he was... Because
he's so funny. Tristan Tate is
he's just
so
a doer,
good.
You know. He's just doing.
Yeah.
But everyone else is like, oh, well, what? He didn't talk to me about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares? He's doing all this stuff. He's getting up and doing. No debate, no anything.
No.
He's doing what's best for the group.
And then there's a scene that I've seen where he's like, he's got everyone around in a circle and he's lecturing them of like, hey, this is how we're doing things.
But people don't like that.
Yeah, no, he's like, these are your roles. This is how we're going to survive. If you're going to whinge and complain and bitch about not seeing your mum for 3 days, then you're not supposed to be here and you should go home.
Well, why are they on the show?
Exactly. They're there for money and fame, but they're not there to put in the sacrifice, which is his exact point. And he still not thinks the same way, but like that mentality...
Well, it's a good mentality to have generally, I think.
Yeah, like it's like a success mentality, yeah? You could argue that, no, it's not a success.
It's the doing mentality.
It's violent, it's aggressive, it's unwelcome today, is it?
It's the doer mentality.
Yeah.
You gotta do.
Oh,
right?
He does a lot of funny. I'm gonna keep hammering home the point how fucking funny I find this guy. He is.
We like them because they're funny, because they make funny comments and whatnot.
Yeah.
Funny.
So you could agree on certain philosophies that he has. Like I've covered this in a previous episode. Check out episode 28 if you want to hear. Like not a debate. It's more of a discussion with our good friend Renee.
A good friend, yeah.
Very good friend of the show now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's going to return soon.
Hell yeah.
Not super soon, I don't think. But
it's going to be 3-way debate with me and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. Back when there's a real set and not just a desk with some microphones.
What are you talking about? This is a real set.
Well, no, technically, by definition, it's a real set. But that's why we hide behind the medium of audio to.
That's right.
To hide the true quality.
We don't do any video. Apparently, there will be video.
There will be video. So I'm trying to organize that in future episodes.
So you can see this incredible set all for yourself.
That's right. Yeah, we've got fantastic chairs. We've got a great backdrop. Everything is like lit up. There's perfect lighting, high definition. Cameras.
Absolutely.
The whole lot. We're going all out. As soon as the podcast makes $1. $1. So if you want to help the set grow, donate. PayPal me $1. I'll leave details in the description to PayPal me $1. One singular dollar to get us started, and that is going to be put to good use.
That's going to be awesome.
It's just going to get reinvested, and then the next time it'll be $2, and the next it'll be $4, and before they know it, they're going to be donating
every single $1.
Yes, dude. Before they know it, someone's going to be PayPaling me $128, and they're not even going to know what hit them.
And then it's going to be 200 and what is it, 40 something? 250, 252 or something?
246.
So something like that. No. If it's 128 times 2, that's 256.
256, yeah, 256. There you go. See,
and then it's going to be 400 and whatever it is.
That's right, and then it's just keep doubling and doubling and
500, doubling. No, 512. It's 512.
And by the time it gets to 2048, they're not even going to know what hit them.
No, exactly right.
And then we'll have everything that's promised on the show for all the die-hard listeners.
Exactly.
Which is just, I think at the moment, just you, me, Tom, and Daz.
Basically.
Yeah. There's a couple of people. But no, this is good. It's good for growth. We need more promotion for growth. I've been researching marketing to try and find ways to properly promote the show.
I haven't been, but I encourage it.
Yeah. That's encouragement is the bare minimum.
Always a good thing.
You still look. It's good. But it is
you go, girl. That's what I say.
Yes, to yourself. You're looking in the mirror and you say, "You go, girl." It doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter to you. You just say, "You go." It's about the message.
That's not true. But anyway, last week was it last week already? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We went out.
We watched Bullet Train.
Yeah, we watched that. Well, we were at a fucking club and it was shit.
So we went.
It was crap.
We went. So it was a bar. It was a bar. It was a club. We skipped the club after the bar to go to the movies.
It was just boring, man. Like when I'm sitting there, I'm not drinking or nothing because I got to drive home.
And just you could be spending your time better.
I could be spending my time watching a film.
So that's exactly what you did. I came with you, and we went and we saw Bullet Train.
Like, what were the choices, though? You know?
There weren't many, but I think Bullet Train was a good choice.
It was like the only choice. None of the other movies that I wanted to watch. Elvis,
Minions.
Yeah, we could have watched Minions. Oh. I don't know if they had... No, they actually didn't have any showings for Minions at that point.
It was like 9:30 at night.
It was late.
But
I think there was a Samara movie or something. I don't know.
Doesn't
matter.
Elvis.
There was there was nothing.
The point is that we watched Bullet Train. And I think Brad Pitt's taken a page out of the book of Keanu Reeves and has gone, hey, just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't be a good action star.
It can't mean that I need to age.
Yeah. And
I'm 60 and I will look better than most people.
Yes, and that's the Hollywood mentality, and for him it works.
You know,
he does it.
What is it? What's it called? The pool of youth.
The fountain of youth.
The pool of youth. We had the pool of youth. That's what came into my head. I'm like, it's not pool.
It's not spa. It's not drink tap. It's
drink tap of youth.
The drink tap of youth.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that in a...
The bubbler. People around Australia, they call the drink taps bubblers.
What, really?
Yeah, they do. And there's no... Yep. They call it... It's like, that's the bubbler. It's like, okay, show me where the bubbles are.
Yeah, exactly. But no, seriously, is that like a state thing?
Yeah, it's by state to state. Certain states call those drinking taps...
They call a drinking tap a bubbler.
A bubbler, yep.
Is that like some British thing?
I don't know. It might be.
Oh, you got the bubbler over there.
Yeah, fucking these goddamn colonizers.
Goddamn British.
Stealing our language.
Yeah, these darn British people.
The bubbler.
Oh, you got a bubbler there. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a drinking tap.
I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick drink from the bubbler. Yeah.
What'd you say?
The bubbler.
No, He's like, the bubbler.
The bubbler. What? It's the bubbler, innit?
Man, I'm going to wreck your kneecaps. I'm going to bust your kneecaps off.
I'm going to hate listening to this bit.
No. Why? Why would you hate listening to this?
I know you like making fun of my British heritage, but it's really not an important part.
You didn't have to reveal that.
No, but we've revealed it before.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fact that you're so insecure that you can't handle me going, oh, you're a bubbler, mate.
It's not insecure. I just know it's not good.
It is good.
It's not good.
About? That's how you speak.
No, it's not even close. No, it's not.
I've seen you when you go to Britain on your family vacations. You're like, hello, mate.
I've been there once, and that was before I ever met you.
You go to the Queen's Garden. You're like, hello, I salute your Queen. There you go.
Hey, that's our Queen. Thank you very much.
Our Queen. Yeah. Well, actually, it is. Yeah.
You gentlemen are doing a good top-notch job.
I'm good top-notch, mate.
You just devolve into grunts.
I
tell you, Crumpets.
I tell you, Crumpets Tuesday. Hammond. I'm on.
Oh, bro, Top Gear is good.
I love Top Gear.
Tom and I watched Top Gear recently, just like the funny bits, and we were dying laughing.
Yeah,
like just some of the that was good.
Such a good show.
Yeah, I talked to my dad about it because he's being British. He knows a lot about British things. Yeah. So he thinks that Top Gear devolved into just like the further on the series went, the higher the budget, but the worse the humor and jokes and the things they did got. So like they would drive sailboats that very clearly weren't supposed to go under bridges, and then act shocked at how funny it was when the sailboat would just like collapse. Which it's a little funny.
I love that shit when they have to like make the car up or something. They have to like I don't know. It's a shit box and they have to drive it and it breaks. Yeah. Like I think there was the one where they had to make like a house. As a car, and everything was going everywhere,
and just like falling apart and shit.
I think that's funny. I think it's a bit of fun.
And so it's not what Top Gear used to be, which is what I think an older audience would enjoy. Where it's just like car reviews. Like they're still car enthusiasts, but now it's more about
different.
It's different, yeah.
They do the fun car challenges when they're in the funny cars. Look how absurd that is. Still good though.
Although there was when Tesla was first becoming a company, they were trashing it a lot. Like they were trying to stress test and break not the promises, but like what they were told Teslas were capable of, and the information they reported back was they caught them providing false information, saying, hey, we drove for this many kilometers and it broke doing this. But then Tesla can look back at the computer systems and say, well, actually, you were just driving around in circles in a car park and you weren't actually doing the things that you were doing. Yeah. And they got caught red-handed, just blatantly lying.
Yeah, so, Elon Musk came in and fucking slapped them.
Yeah, personally.
Yeah, actually, guys, you're wrong. And he puts the piece of paper down. He's like, no, that's just not right. Our Tesla is perfect. I'm trying to do Elon Musk. I can't do Elon Musk.
No,
I can't.
That's okay. It's
sort of.
We're not good at impressions on the show, but it doesn't mean we won't try.
Yeah. I'll try to do I can't do Elon Musk.
Nah, that's all right. Yeah.
But that's what he did. He went in, he pimp slapped them, and he said Ammon, and
Yeah. It's why is he saying Hammond?
Their asses.
I think it was.
That's just the catchphrase.
Yeah. Just
Hammond.
Hammond.
Yeah.
Gems and Hammond.
Yeah, classic characters.
I think our guest is almost here. Do you want to go and check up and see if he's here?
We haven't talked about Bullet Train yet, though.
You're right, actually.
I guess we can talk about that later.
You know what? I'll give him...
We got caught up on Top Gear. Sorry, guys.
I'll give Mr. Sports another 5 more minutes, and then
he'll be fine.
Show up.
He's like waiting out in the cold and freezing cold.
I'll see. I'll question his tardiness and how late he is often. But,
yeah.
I would actually, because we got to organize someone.
Maybe there's the character Fat Bastard. He's like late bastard, basically.
He's late bastard, yeah.
Yeah. That's the best I can come up. Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah. At some point though, I do want to get some water to properly prepare the interview, so maybe I'll put transition music in between.
Yeah. Probably
that'll be a good choice. But yes, Bullet Train. So you could clearly see when Brad Pitt's doing the stunts that he's not actually doing the stunts because it's a dude in a wig. Because Brad Pitt is 60.
Like what he's doing, Brad Pitt is a 60-year-old man.
Like he's doing like backflips over train chairs.
That's clearly that's clearly Brad Pitt.
No, but the movie played a lot. Like in my opinion, it seemed a lot like a Tarantino movie with like characters with individual stories that would all link and cross in.
Yeah,
and it had surprising gore sometimes.
The gore was cool. Yeah,
yeah, and the action sequences were good.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is probably one of his better performances.
You reckon? Yeah. I've only seen.
He's in Godzilla. He's in Kick-Ass.
And he's in
good
the
in
MCU
Kick-Ass.
as Quicksilver that one time.
He gets shot to death.
Yep.
Damn, guess he wasn't fast enough for those
He
bullets.
died very quickly for someone who has super speed. Which is...
He was not able to dodge bullets. I guess he wasn't that fast.
Yes.
He's one of the slower speedsters, I suppose.
But he was able to save Hawkeye to then provide us with the Hawkeye Disney Plus TV show now streaming. As of December last year.
Just a sludge pipe. It's just, more shit. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible.
Your definition of fine is like in the fucking mud.
Yeah?
I'm absolutely certain, yes.
I was able to tolerate watching it. That's fine.
Okay. Is that a good thing that you were able to tolerate watching it?
I'm never going to watch it again, so...
Well, I guess there's that.
At least I didn't have to turn it off.
Maybe it's bad instead of being fine.
I define bad as if you have to turn it off.
No, I don't agree. I like Jurassic Park and I watch it, but it's bad. So... I guess our definitions are different.
Yeah, and that's good.
My definitions are like it's bad because like the script has issues and because something doesn't really work the way it works, or tone is off, or just a whole bunch of things, right? A whole bunch of things that can contribute it into being bad in a movie story.
Well, how would you define Bullet Train then? Would you say it was a good movie?
Because
you've had some time to think about it.
I would say my scale of fine is like higher than yours, so I'd probably say it's fine. Like fine. It probably has issues. Like the last half is sort of goes off the rails. You know what I'm saying? Here.
Yeah. Well, would you watch it again?
Probably, yeah.
That's a good sign.
It was all right.
I would also watch it again, not in the cinemas, like just showing friends, I guess. Like, hey, this is a cool movie I saw a couple of years ago.
It was neat.
Yeah.
The guy in Kick-Ass was in it, and he was probably the highlight for me.
Yeah.
You
know, the assassin characters, all of them seemed well thought out,
well fleshed out.
Yeah, and it just all seemed to work.
They set things up relatively well and whatnot. Nice, big Hollywood movie with all the Hollywood celebrities.
Oh yeah, because there's that surprise cameo that we're not going to reveal.
No, we could do it, but that would just be evil and wrong.
Actually, I've just realized why he's in it, and I'll tell you when we're on break for a sec. But you'll go, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Just for a second.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Actually, yeah, no, I have and this is a good revelation. I'm not gonna no spoilers in this bit.
But overall, I thought it was all right.
No, good. All right. Well, now that's right. Do you want to give it a number rating?
Number rating, it's probably like a 6 or something. My rating of a 6 isn't like bad. Like bad is like 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So
I'd say it was also a 6 to keep in the modest rate. So
6 is
the official endorsement of Barnzey Burns Down the World for Bullet Train is a 6 out of 10, and you'll enjoy it.
I guess it's a bit coincidental. Some of the things. Well, obviously they were being brought together, but still, it's
it's a movie. That's how it's written.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What do you mean?
It's a movie, so it can be.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay.
How do you define coincidences in real life then?
Well, I mean,
that's just how it happens.
On the coincidences, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, we'll take a quick break while we wait for Mr. Sports to show up, and we'll be back right after this. Please welcome back Mr. Sports to the studio.
Whoa, hey fellas, what's going on?
Hello. You're fucking late, man.
Oh, come on.
There's
nothing wrong with that. Being a little bit late.
We run this program on a tight schedule, and come on, man.
Oh, really? All right. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
That was a complete lie. You're fine. We record this whenever we record them.
It's good to see you guys. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. Good to see you, Mr. Sports.
No, this is good. See, we've got a bit of a history here, but
absolutely.
We're gonna go through I got some questions here for you. We're gonna run this like an interview, so like don't just relax. We're all good. We'll general conversation.
I am relaxed.
This is fantastic.
I've taken a lot of drugs today, so I am relaxed. If you know what I mean.
Are you an avid drug taker? What is this?
No.
This is just a special occasion for you.
I am probably going to die. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I hope you know that the insurance of this establishment does not cover you. So you should. We should.
No, I won't die. I only took a little bit of acid, but
only a little bit of acid.
Only a little bit.
All right, cool.
I might come down though during the show, but I think I'll be fine.
All right, cool. All right. Well, this is great. So, first question, the burning question, the thing that everyone has on their minds.
Yep.
Is Mr. Sports your legal name?
Well, I don't. We don't talk about that.
Well,
we don't.
I know you're a bit reluctant.
No, I don't think you understand. It's classified.
It's classified, is it?
Yeah.
How much trouble would you get in if you were to actually tell me this information? Hypothetically,
the only thing I can tell you, if something went bad down in Tijuana, I can't tell you anything else.
I won't push further then, but if we establish a very good working relationship,
but you can call me Mr. Sports, and that's all you can call me.
That's
unfortunately,
all right. We'll leave your first name a mystery. I'm happy to call you Mr. Sports for
absolutely. I love that name. That's my favorite name that I've had.
You've had multiple names then.
Oh shit! I think I've told you a bit too much, but let's move on.
I think that's classified. All right. Well, let's get on. Let's get on with some more lighter topics. How did we meet? How did we meet?
Right, yeah. I think we met at the book signing.
Yes, we're both very big Andy Griffiths fans.
Yep.
And
love his books.
Yeah,
especially the Bum trilogy.
I've heard that's we bonded a bit over that.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. There's also
I think you like the Just Stupid and all them books a bit more, but
I read
classics
those
as well.
I read those in my youth. They're very good. Just Macbeth, that's a good one.
Just Macbeth, very good retelling of the classic Shakespeare story. Macbeth. I love that guy.
Macbeth is a very, very good character. No, was he?
Wherefore doth thou? Yeah. Remember the bit where Macbeth gets his head chopped off?
Classic Macbeth. What a classic Macbeth.
You got the picture in the book.
What a classic mischief of Mr. Macbeth. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met in line actually. It's like I heard you. I don't know. You were talking about something with someone else, and I was like, hey,
yeah. Then you fucking bumped into me.
Yeah, and then you tried to fight me, and I was like, hey, dude, there's no need to fight.
I fight anyone who tries to bump into me, but you seem like a cool dude.
Yeah, so that's how we hit it off. So we got our book signed, and then we just we went for some coffee, and then we just kept talking. We bonded a little bit over Andy Griffiths. I almost said Andy Macbeth there for a second.
Andy Macbeth,
and from there, the rest is history.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, well, tell me about some of your history. Like, for example, dodgeball, right? That's your
I love dodgeball.
That's like your main skill, I guess.
You know, they call it, the official position is PE teacher, but I like to think of myself more as the dodgeball teacher.
Of course, like if you specialize in one thing, that's your
really is the ultimate sport.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, more people should get into dodgeball.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Like, the movie Dodgeball is a very good example of dodgeball. Very
with Ben Stiller.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say he's a bit of a personal icon? Or?
Ben Stiller from that movie is my personal icon, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's
I hate the fact that he lost. I hate that ending, but overall, I love the movie.
I think it's... Yeah, his mustache is. It seems to me like you've taken notes.
That's very true. I'm a big mustache guy. I groom. I have the Manscaped groom kit from isn't that all the YouTubers shill that shit?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, they shill it for good reasons because it's a good product. Yeah. Well,
right. Yeah.
Money.
That too. Yeah.
Yes, it's a very reliable, very safe product.
It's not because it's a good way to earn money, and I'm assuming they give them lots of money.
Yeah, but no, the handlebar mustache is quite iconic, and it's
absolutely, and I love it. And that's why I wear it. It's cool.
You're right. It is pretty cool. But tell me, what are some unknown intricacies of dodgeball that most people don't know?
Well, most people don't know the fact that, you got the weaker kids and you got the stronger kids, right? You got to mix them up. You got to make sure they're not all on the same side because. Damn, I burped a little. I ate a taco. I ate some Taco Bell before I got here, But, basically the intricacies of dodgeball, all the strong kids are going to be friends, and all the weak little fucking nerds, they're going to be all on the same side if they get their way. So you got to mix them up a bit so it's fair. But we do have a special game mode called Nerds versus the fucking Jocks, you know what I mean?
Is the swear part of the name? Or is that just what you call it?
I thought we could swear on this show.
Well, no, we can. We absolutely can. But I was wondering if Nerds versus fucking Jocks.
Freaking Jocks.
Yeah, that's how you pitched it to the other teachers.
We're talking about school students here.
Yes, yeah.
Mr. Barnzey, I can't have a game called Nerds versus fucking Jocks.
Okay, all right. I want to clarify. Like, I don't know what you can get away with and what you can't get away with in the school environment.
You can get away with that.
All right, well, thank you for teaching me something.
Yeah, I am a teacher, and I do teach, and I love it, and all of that.
You're actually the second teacher that we've ever had on this show.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so it's.
I am qualified.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, teachers do have to be qualified.
That's right. That's
and a bare minimum requirement, actually, be qualified.
Yeah. Actually, we know quite a few teachers.
We do.
Well, you do.
You've met them, but you don't really know them. It's
yeah.
The school community is not as tight knit as one would think, to be honest.
Well, it's a lot of cat fights and it's a lot of bitching and whatnot and whining.
It just comes with going back to school, really. Just a
lot of bitching and whining and cat fights and whatnot. It's just a school thing.
Yeah, and I suppose you get a lot of that out on the dodgeball court.
Absolutely. You know, I'd rather not bitch and moan and all of this to the teachers. I'd rather get my aggression out on the students with a good old game of dodgeball.
See, now sometimes that aggression goes a little bit too far.
Oh.
Now, you see, I know we were a bit touchy about bringing this up earlier, but it seems like you got into a bit of trouble recently.
I did. Yeah. I did get into a little bit of trouble. It was a little while ago.
About 6 months.
You know,
shit happens, man. It's just...
Yeah, because I think you mentioned it on one of your earlier episodes. I've actually been in prison.
Yes, I should have checked with you if you wanted that information.
Well, it's fine. It's something that happened. I'm owning up to it. I accept it and all of that. And
I'm glad that you listened to the show actually, because this is going to be a part of my life.
Of course, I listen to the show. Of course, I do. You're my favorite character.
Yes, that's
on the show.
That's good. Yeah, because everything I say is.
I don't like that other fucking guy you got on there though.
He's sitting right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, you could have mentioned the other people you've had on.
Yeah, but I know what subtext is, and
come on, man. Like, you know, you don't like me on the show. Like, come on.
Yeah, that wasn't.
I actually fucking hate you, man.
Yeah, you were looking right at him as well. That was a bit of an act of aggression there that I don't think Mossman appreciated.
Yeah. No, I don't care. If you keep looking at me like that, I'm gonna fucking knock your teeth out. Like, come on, man. Like, I didn't mean it, man. I didn't mean it. Like, come on. You know, like, I was a big fan and everything. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna tell my story. You're gonna sit down and you're gonna shut up.
All right, we'll get on with it. Let's Moss. Let's be a bit civil. He's a guest. All right, he's a guest in the studio.
I'm not the one who's like. But all right.
All right. Look, we'll.
Yeah, you better fucking shut up. I'll kick your ass.
All right. So you had to go to prison.
Yeah, I had to.
It was only for a short amount of time, thankfully. Are you allowed to talk about what happened? Like,
I'm allowed to talk about every little detail. The courts didn't put no NDA and didn't put nothing on me. I can talk about it all day long.
All right, cool. Okay, so what was the alleged crime?
Well, you know, it's pretty funny. I threw a dodgeball at a kid a bit hard, and it might have cracked his lip off. Cracked his jaw. His jaw was kind of hanging off there.
That's a bit aggressive.
No.
Yeah, well, if someone's jaw...
Hey, man, if a kid can't... They got glass bones or something? I don't know.
How old were the kids?
Oh, they were like 15.
See, I would have assumed like 7.
No.
No? Okay.
The fuck would I throw dodgeball that hard at a 7-year-old?
I don't know.
I'm not an idiot.
Shit happens, man. That's just...
15-year-old should be able to take a good dodgeball to the face.
And this one was... It's made of glass.
I guess.
Yeah.
Had glass bones or something. They didn't tell me about it. You know?
But what was a kid with glass bones doing in a PE class?
I don't know. He just walked in or something. And the moment I threw it, he was in the way.
I feel like that's just an oversight from the school, really. They should have warned you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I heard that was part of your case.
Well, I knew that there was a kid like that, but he just walked into the dodgeball court and got hit in the fucking face.
Yeah, so it's just, if anything, that was his problem.
I actually did not mean to hit him in the face. There was some other kid, and this guy was standing right behind him.
So, I assume you used that... that justification in court. In court. Well, like, what happened? Tell me about the court process if you can. Like, what details can you tell me?
I fucking hate the courts. They drag you in there for ages. Barely anything gets done. These fucking quacks standing there saying bullshit.
But in this case, they were telling the truth.
Oh, and my defense lawyers, I really appreciate them, and I love my defense lawyers, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, good. What about the judge? What was your opinion on him?
Oh, I don't like the judge.
You don't like the judge. So
no.
Well, what can you could you gather?
Funny story about that. I actually knew him from high school.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't say nothing about it though, because then they would have thrown the case out. I wanted to do a little. You've seen Daredevil?
Yeah,
seen that show, Daredevil?
Very good show.
Starring Charlie Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good show actually. But in the second season, they got the Punisher. He's one of my favorite characters in the show.
Of course, very good character.
I love the Punisher. And on the stand, he does like a cool moment on the show. He's like, "Yeah, I did it, and I do it again," and all this. And I just sort of wanted to do that because it was like funny.
Do you think that if you didn't do that, you wouldn't have gotten as much jail time?
I probably wouldn't have gone to jail.
You're right. So I think would you say that was worth it? That risk?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Well, yeah.
It was absolutely worthwhile.
So 6 months in prison for that.
Yeah, but basically.
You're right. Okay.
They were going to let me off, but then they I sort of screwed up the case, but
it's all in the past.
I mean, it was funny though.
Yeah.
So it's a good story to tell.
Yeah.
Well,
you got any prison stories or?
Wait a minute. Let's go back to that judge, right? I knew him in school. Right. I used to bully him. He was a little fucking twerp. And he deserved it.
Did he realize?
He kept looking at me the wrong way.
Did he know that you used to bully him during the trial? Or?
Yes.
Yes. That's probably.
That's why he didn't say nothing about it.
Well,
because he wanted any excuse to put me away. I didn't think having an outburst in the courtroom was going to get me sent to jail, though.
All things considered, though, you probably got off pretty easily, considering that you used to bully the judge. 6 months is a very light sentence.
Yeah.
That it was, especially considering that it was an assault.
We would haze him and we would do all that. No.
Assault on a minor.
No.
Technically.
No.
Yeah.
You ever thrown a dodgeball at a kid before?
Plenty of times.
Well, that's not the same thing. It's
Classroom
not my fault that he had glass bones. I was throwing them at 15-year-olds. They should be able to handle getting hit in the face.
I agree. But anyway. Yeah, so this judge
His glass bone fell off. His glass eye fell off.
He had a glass eye too now.
Glass eye, glass teeth, glass fucking... He's just a glass man.
Glass.
Yeah.
Your glass child.
Glass child.
He
just made out of glass, so he just exploded.
So he's dead?
No. They put him back together like Humpty Dumpty.
And okay. Well, did you have to pay any hospital bills for that?
No.
So what? The school's insurance covered it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So prison, eventful, uneventful, boring.
Well, they tell you not to drop the soap in the showers. I got no idea what that means. I did that all the time, and I wasn't getting raped.
All right. All right. Well, I'm glad that you've got some now personal experience for that, and you can now.
But anyway, that was just a joke. That was like a funny joke.
So yeah. I thought it was a serious story.
Yeah, no, but they wouldn't do it because I'm like a cool guy.
Right. So
they would never do it.
You won the favors of the prisoners and the prison guards.
I walked in and they were like, "Whoa, this guy's like a cool guy."
And then now that's how you survived.
That's right. I tell them stories about dodgeball and whatnot. They'd tell me stories about killing people and stealing their teeth.
That's awesome, man. That's cool.
And bones.
And bones.
And whatnot.
Could you imagine stealing someone's bone? Alive or dead?
That's just kind of a funny thing to say.
Yeah, just...
I'm going to steal your bone.
It seems like a catchphrase you've adopted from prison. Like it's you go on the dodgeball court and you intimidate your opponent.
I say that a lot.
And you go, "I'm going to steal your bones."
Just
bone.
Just bone.
Just bone.
I'm going to steal your bone.
Which bone? Which bone are you thinking of at the time? Just any bone?
I'm going to steal your bone.
Any bone will do.
Yeah, I'm going to steal your bone.
Well, there is a choice between 207 of them, so it's very threatening. Like, you can protect probably 190 of them, but 207, that's a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna steal your bone. That's what they used to say in prison, man. They used to speak like this. They used to say, "We're gonna steal your bone, mate."
So wait, was this a primarily Mexican prison?
No, not really. But the two guys I hang out with, Juan and Ricardo, that's how they wanted me to say it. They wanted me to say Juan every time I said Juan.
Sounds a bit racist to me if you...
No, they liked it.
Right.
Yeah, but also when we would talk to them, they wanted me to talk in a Mexican accent.
And did you do it?
Yeah.
And
I think he was saying like, I want to do the dog in that accent, man. I want like the accent that I'm in because it shows that I have power and whatnot.
Well, I think that's also partly why you.
So I had to talk like that.
Yeah.
I had to talk like this whenever I was talking to him, man.
You had to put on a funny voice.
And he loved it when foreigners would talk like this.
Is it possible that
it's like Roadrunner?
It's
like Roadrunner, mate.
Is it possible that it was a piss take and he was doing that for his own amusement?
No, it's not like Roadrunner. It's like Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah, I was gonna correct you there, but I was like,
I was in the prison for 6 months, and they didn't like kill me for doing it. So I'm assuming it was all right.
I'm assuming they didn't kill you because you're alive right here today.
Yes, but I'm saying if they didn't like it, they probably wouldn't
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But to some people, it sounds a bit racist. The accent.
Well, I don't know what racism's got to do with accents.
Well, I don't know. To me, it just sounds a bit racist.
I am a racist, and I don't know what that's got to do with that.
Wait, hang on. Now, when you say you're a racist, what?
You haven't seen the Formula One?
Oh, you're a race you like races.
Yeah, I love racing.
Right. Oh, okay. And then you've decided to
isn't that what a person who likes racing? They're racist.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like 100 meter, 200 meter, NASCAR, any sort of races.
Yeah.
What defines a race really? Like,
you be the first one to win.
So it's a competition. So does that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a race.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I'm a racist. I gotta say, I'm a racist.
You just love races.
I love racism.
Of all sorts. Yeah. It's good, man. All right, cool. Well,
yeah, that's kind of funny. Like, that's like, because we thought it was like racism as in like, like people's races and all that.
Like ethnicity. But I'm glad you cleared up there what sort of racism you enjoy.
Yeah, I hate French people.
All right. Okay, what don't you like about the French then?
I don't like them.
What do you do in your spare time, Mr. Sports?
Well, I watched the TV recently. I've been watching the TV.
Well, okay. Well, what's your favorite TV show then?
Favorite TV? I like that little girl show. What is it? The Buffy show.
Buffy, really? I never took you for a person who really enjoys female empowerment and like strong female leads for a show. Like, that's what it's really about, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Well, Buffy's a female character, and she's strong, she's smart, she's fast, she gets shit done.
I hate women.
But you love Buffy. It's your favorite show.
Yeah.
What else have you been watching recently?
I put on some Seinfeld recently.
Right, Seinfeld. Well, that's a good show.
Yeah, I love Seinfeld.
Right. Seinfeld
he's a funny guy.
He's good, yeah. And all there's George, there's what the woman's name? Woman. And
what woman?
Yes, thanks. Woman. And Kramer.
Kramer.
Leanne, is that her name? Roseanne? That's someone else.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what her name is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, all right. Well, no, Seinfeld's very good.
I don't know either, me. I have no idea. I'm doing that voice for Juan.
Yeah. Okay. Juan. Yeah. Well.
He wanted me to do the voice before going on the show.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got special. Hey, you good there? That sounds a bit like a smoker's cough. Do you smoke?
Yeah, I smoke. You might have noticed my voice is a bit of a mess.
It's a bit raspy, yeah.
It is a little bit. It's because I smoke. I have to admit.
Well, how much do you smoke?
I pack a month.
A month? That much?
I know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
A whole pack a month, dude, and that's how your voice sounds?
Yeah.
Dude, maybe you should lay off it a little bit.
Yeah, I think I gotta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's all right, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, going back to races, I guess.
I love racism.
Yeah. What's your? Well, Seinfeld's a comedy, right? Comedy.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of comedy.
Yeah. I love comedy.
Well, let's combine the two then. What do you think's the funniest race?
Oh, I love those like funny Jews.
I don't know if you can say that, man.
Oh.
Well, I guess Jerry Seinfeld is Jewish.
That's what I mean.
Right. Is that why?
My favorite director is Mel Brooks. You seen Spaceballs?
Yeah, that's my favorite parody movie.
Yeah. What?
It's my favorite parody movie.
Huh?
Spaceballs is a parody.
Of what?
Star Wars.
Huh? What's a Star Wars?
Maybe we shouldn't get into that then. Mel Brooks, he's a funny.
I love Mel Brooks. He's a funny guy. He's a funny little Jew.
Can you say that?
What?
Are you allowed to say he's a funny little Jew?
Isn't that what he is?
Well, yeah, but
he's funny. He's little. He's a Jew. Like, what's wrong? What? What? What are you laughing at?
Well, I mean,
Mr. Sports. That's kind of like I don't know if you could say that stuff, man.
It sounds a bit racist if you say he's a funny Jew, but
what has that got to do with the Formula One?
No, you know what? You're right. I think you're 100% correct, and
yeah, of course I am.
All right. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've gone through a lot. You've provided us.
I think we've been through a lot on this program. Yep.
A bit a lot. You've valuable.
I've learned a lot. We've
discussed.
Have. Yep.
Tell me what's next for Mr. Sports.
Well, I think I'll be trying to. I've been putting job applications in for dodgeball positions.
Fantastic. So I assume you've got like LinkedIn set up.
Yeah.
You're on Seek. You're on everywhere.
Absolutely.
So if people want to contact you, what's your email address so that if anyone's looking to hire any fans of the show who are teachers or principals, or
I can't give out that information.
You're not allowed to give out an email.
No.
All right. So what you'll find them is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You'll contact them.
I'll find them.
All right. Well, that's good. Well, thanks for giving us your time, Mr. Sports. Hopefully, you can return.
That's all right. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Sports, man. It's been. Shut up.
It's like, okay, that was a bit mean.
I don't like you.
All right, we're gonna have to talk a bit later about how you treat my co-hosts, but otherwise, no. Thanks for coming, man.
We won't be talking about it. I don't like that guy.
I
don't like him.
All right, cool.
All right.
He's still sitting right there.
Fuck you. All right, man.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, we've got more programming, so we'll let's.
All right. Well, good luck, boys, on the rest of your thing. All right.
No, it's all right. Thanks for coming, man.
Yep. I'm gonna fucking piss.
Right. Cool. Well, that was him, and yeah, let's shit. Well, I'm glad we finally got to talk to him after 6 months of anticipation. Even though he wasn't very nice to you.
He was looking at me, man, the entire time. He was eyeing me off.
Yeah, that was. I will talk to him. He was a bit reluctant to address that, but I think we got to go through some issues there.
He doesn't like me too much.
No,
he's not known to talk to people and all that, and he gets like the first impression, and then he's sort of that's what he thinks of people.
That's why I'm so surprised he agreed to come here.
Yeah, I mean
to the show, but
yeah, I guess he just wanted to talk to you, man.
Hey,
but me, no.
That's all right. Maybe we'll warm up to it. Maybe a couple games of dodgeball.
Hopefully, I thought you'd be, a bit nice to me,
a bit more receptive.
Well, fuck him. Fuck him then.
Fuck him. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't like Mr. Sports. I hate him.
That's okay.
He was my hero, and he betrayed me.
I mean, they do say to never meet your heroes.
That's right.
So I apologize for that. Like I said,
just like in that movie, The Incredibles.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Anyway,
get out of here, kid. I work alone. That's what he said to me.
He did say that. Yeah.
I'll be his greatest nemesis, Santa, and then I'll flick him away with my cool beam. I'm Syndrome, your nemesis, Santa. Oh.
You got Syndrome, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right.
Yeah. Awesome joke you did. I'm Down Syndrome. Yeah. The classic joke.
All right.
What's going on here?
Let's go. So I got a news article. Like I know you're a bit reluctant on news sometimes.
I love the news,
but that's we got to bring more things relevant to the show. So,
of course.
I may not necessarily agree with everything Alex Jones has to say, but I do think he's an entertaining person to listen to, which is why when he shows up in mainstream news, I'm like, all right, what's up?
It's just interesting because they blacklisted him. They got him off the YouTube and all that.
Yeah, much like previously mentioned friend of the show, Andrew Tate. And they went for him.
Andrew Tate is pretty cool.
That's your, I don't know if you know, that's your nickname in one of our group chats.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure if you knew. We were going to just leave it there.
I don't know why you called me that.
It was funny. I think it was something that you said.
Yeah, it was, but I don't know why. I'm just Andrew Taint now in that chat. It's like, okay.
Well, anyway, Alex Jones is recently popped up in ABC News because the headline is as follows: Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones insisted Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax, but now he has to pay $65.4 million in damages. So what's next? So what do you know about this trial?
Well, I know that Alex Jones is a cool guy and that he's all epic and awesome.
Trial, not the person.
No, well, basically, I think some of the parents or whatever, suing Alex Jones for making the comments he did all those years ago.
Mm-hmm. Parents of a 6-year-old boy, by the way. So it's nothing too light. It's a pretty heavy topic, actually.
It is.
Pretty heavy for a comedy show. But
yeah, it's just sort of odd that they're doing it, like, I don't know. It's you'd think they wouldn't want to go ahead with some kind of trial, or they'd want to what is it? It's when they pay them without having to go to trial.
Not alimony. That's a different thing.
No, that's a fucking different thing. But when they didn't accept any kind of offer from them to like end the trial early. They wanted to go to trial. They wanted it to be like a publicity thing.
Yeah. I know what the word you're thinking of is, and it's escaping my mind.
I just can't remember it. We just can't think about it.
It's there. That word. Insert it here in your head. I'm not going to.
It is a bit odd in that way. But I always thought he said that it was like it was a false flag, not like a thing that didn't happen. So it's not a good look. Certainly isn't. But
especially if there's 20 victims. 26 victims, 20 students, and 6 teachers.
And I think in general, news outlets need to be pretty careful about what they say, but they're generally not. I mean, with InfoWars, they're a bit more
not reckless. It's a tough one because it's not a mainstream source. But
even then, even if they want a mainstream source, mainstream media in general need to just be more careful with what they say.
Yes, absolutely.
And in general, the media need to be careful about what they say.
It's just that when it's in like when they get painted as
when it's
far
the controversial ones, it's the far this that they the extra highlights on them.
And this side he gets painted as a far right extremist and like.
Well, you remember that kid who was looking at the Indian man, in America, right? You remember that?
Oh yeah, the dude with the MAGA hat.
And they were saying he was like racist and everything. He was just looking at him. It was just because the other guy got into his face, and he was just a kid. And then they got footage. They took it out of context where he's like standing there smiling, and they're like, look at this smug like far right activist who's like interrupting this parade. He was just a school student, but that ruins people's lives. Yeah.
I haven't heard much from him. I think he got death threats.
I know what the word is. It's settlement. They settled.
That's the word. Thank you.
That's what the word is.
Thank you. Yes.
But I think they had a settlement or they went to court or something. I don't know how much they won, but I think they did win.
Yes. So here it says initially Alex Jones was ordered by the court to pay $41 million in compensation damages. So the settlement, is that compensation or is that different?
Well, the settlement is when they'll offer something.
Yes.
And before it goes to court, because court is like a.
So this is the verdict then.
Process.
This is the verdict.
Exact court. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So
when was this?
So the article is from the 6th of August, and I think that's when the day before, or because ABC News is pretty on top of when shit happens. Like they're on it like within the day or within the next day. So it's like it happened a month ago, but
of course, they like the fact that Alex Jones has to pay all this money out because they hate him. That's the thing.
So it's like when someone who's vilified in the media, when something happens to them, that can be seen as negative, such as having to pay millions and millions of dollars in damages.
Well, it'll be everywhere, But that's the thing, they like to spin. You saw it with Donald Trump, and then now with Joe Biden, you barely get any criticism anymore. When they used to shit all over Trump back when he was president, is because he was extra bad or something. I really doubt it. It's
so there's a theory that it was because a shadow government that exists, confirmed, realized that they couldn't control the person in the presidential position. They couldn't say they couldn't bribe him because he had not he was shameless, like he wasn't afraid to speak on what he believed, and that's probably why people liked
that's
Trump
why the
so
news
much.
fucking
that's why the news didn't like him, but then people, that's why they they jump on his side.
That's a noticeable pattern, right? It's like with Biden, you barely see any criticism. You know what I mean? Like,
no mainstream. Like you'll get people like talking shit, right?
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter what you think, but like on the mainstream news sources that used to trash Trump, they're not doing the same with Biden, even though he's having all of these issues, right? So,
fairly trash everyone. That's my
absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Yeah,
like you've got to be fair. If you're going to go so hard on one person, it's even a I guess a comedy rule as well. Like you don't target specific people, you target everyone. That's the best way to be inclusive.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's not, you're singling out this person, but if you single out everyone, it's not singling out.
No.
But not really. Like, kind of. It's tricky there.
Yeah, it's the problem I had with like all of the internet commentators and all of this a little while ago shitting on the flat earthers. It's like it's so easy, you know what I mean? Well, that's a different thing, but I just wanted to bring that up because people are getting shat on. It's like it's such an easy thing to shit on.
Yeah,
you know, it's like what? Oh yeah, your take is the world isn't flat. Wow, you know, you're aren't you smart? You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Hang on.
You know, these people are retarded.
I know we're doing the devil's advocate this bit at the moment.
No, like the flat Earth position is stupid.
Okay, good. I wanted to like clarify because I know people will listen, take it out of context, and paint you as a flat Earther.
Yeah, of course.
And I was considering doing that just then. I want you to know. I was considering it.
You're considering destroying me.
Yeah, you and your very valuable reputation.
No, but basically, it's a dumb position to take. But it's such an easy thing to shit on.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's like, just easy content for these people. You know, maybe you can try and find something that's a little harder to deconstruct. You know, I
get the need for trying to source content. If you were to,
it's just easy. It's just really lazy, is what I mean.
Are there many flat Earth conventions in Melbourne, or like any gatherings and that?
I have no idea.
Because I would actually like to go to one.
I mean, for the most part, I think it's just astroturf shit. It's just like, like. Maybe there's a handful of people who believe it, but for the most part, it's probably just people who are like, I believe it, but they don't really.
Yeah, they're just saying it because it's like it gets attention.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. Well, there's topics like that are not taboo, but like extremist. Like that's Alex Jones' specialty. Like apparently he was talking about Epstein's Island years and years before.
He was, yeah.
And even that. I know that he was talking about it because Joe Rogan said that, and I had to find a way to bring up Joe Rogan as per the contract.
As per the contract, where we mention Joe Rogan on every single podcast.
But it's only you and I. Like Daz brings it up sometimes. Yeah. Tom, not so much. But you and I think we brought him up.
I think you just have to say the name. You gotta say the name in the podcast. At least every episode, just go Joe Rogan.
Yes, it's entirely possible that we bring up Joe Rogan.
If you don't say Joe Rogan in the mirror 3 times every time you do a podcast, Joe Rogan's gonna come out and he's gonna kill you. He's gonna gonna give you a kick.
Yeah.
Back kick. It's going to hurt really hard.
Actually, on the way here to the studio, because it's not where I live, definitely not. It's actually in a...
He's going to do a rear choke.
Yeah. So I was listening to a Joe Rogan episode, and he had Mark Zuckerberg on this week.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah.
The first 40 minutes, they're talking about VR, and it's actually very interesting so far. So, like, the concepts of virtual reality, what he's currently doing, the newest Quest, like their technologies, what their goals are, and they're still getting into it. So if you're interested in that, check it out.
I was kind of hoping he'd just push him on the censorship shit or anything like that.
Maybe it's coming. It's a 3 hour.
Are you an alien?
It's a 3-hour episode.
Oh, it's 3 hours.
I'm only 40 minutes in.
Well, you had Dave Mustaine on.
I don't know who that is.
Megadeth?
I'll check it out. I will add it to the list actually because that's in line with my interests. I just don't.
New album's coming out soon. I can't wait for that.
Interesting. I'll get a notification because my Spotify algorithm knows of like my metalheadness. I gotta show you some songs that are recommended me.
You didn't even know who Dave Mustaine was.
Not by name. Okay, all right. If I hear the music, if you were to play a Megadeth track, we listen to Megadeth when we drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's in the playlists.
You'd know. Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for the new album actually.
Yeah. Well, speaking of a mega amount of death, when these 26 people died in the Sandy Hook massacre, how's that for a fucking segue?
Yeah, man.
So the lawyers of Alex Jones.
David actually talked to Alex Jones in an interview a while back.
Really? Okay, good. Another segue. We can jump to that in a sec. So Alex Jones' lawyers, they fucking leaked his phone to the opposition.
Yeah, I know. How nuts is that?
How stupid.
And they had time to get it back, but they just didn't.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
Fucking insane.
And they were given the opportunity to hey, you've made a mistake in the good nature of the law.
I just that's insane.
That's so stupid.
So it's almost like they wanted that to happen. That's like there can't be any other explanation.
How are you supposed to trust the law if if you're someone like Alex Jones in a position of being controversial, right, and you need to rely, if you're stuck in a system, so you can't even
rely on any of that.
So his opinion on just lawyers and the law in general has to be completely tainted by now.
Of course, right? That's just. You can't get anything done because the lawyers will just be like, no, I'll just leak all your shit.
And that's not good for anyone. No.
That's
a bad precedent.
Imagine if your lawyer is like, oh yeah, if I don't like you, I'll leak your shit.
Yeah, that's just...
You should not be a lawyer. You should not be representing the law.
Regardless of even if it's like you've committed a heinous crime, like they have a duty to, like, even if you're a defense lawyer,
they have a duty to defend you.
That's part of the whole structure. But as soon as you throw that out, then the law becomes meaningless.
Yeah, exactly. Like they can't just say, "Oh, my guy's guilty."
Yeah.
This guy sucks. They can't.
You're
do
not supposed
that.
to. It's like
you got to defend them.
I mean, in an earlier episode, we talked about the movie Devil's Advocate and like the fact that he had to.
That he had to defend a rapist. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
and he was like, but the movie showed that he definitely did it, and he was definitely getting off on the kid describing it.
Yes.
In the courtroom.
So terrible scenario.
It's a terrible scenario, but
But because of Keanu Reeves, like because he made a deal with the devil. Is that what it?
Something like that. I haven't seen the rest of the movie. It's just the start basically, but he does something like that.
So he has to.
He makes a deal with Al Pacino.
Right. Yeah. Al Pacino himself.
Yeah, that's it.
And then because of that, he has to defend. So, like, is that might negate our point of about?
No, I just think lawyers just they sort of got to defend people no matter what. But I'm not saying Alex Jones is as bad as a fucking rapist.
No,
like he was on his talk show and he made comments that weren't very weren't really correct, and
it was misinformation,
and all it was pretty bad misinformation, but it's not. I mean, apparently people harassed the families in that.
But, for sure. Like,
but even then, it's like, I mean, you can't really control what people do in that scenario.
Although
even if you say, this is false, you don't know that someone's going to go out there and then do something about it. You know what I mean?
I think in one of his videos, he might have said to go to the houses of the parents.
If that was the case, then that's no good, obviously.
No, like you don't. I'm not.
But I don't know.
We should have watched some videos about this before.
That's the thing. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But
and the news cycle moves so fucking quick.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. That was what 2012, 2014.
Oh,
it was close to 10 years ago, man.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and the fact
that they're just coming to it now, you know what I mean?
Like, and it is. I think he had to file for bankruptcy as well, Alex Jones.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
way too much money. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many ways that you can make. Was it $41 million? Yeah, so
that's insane. That's like an insane amount of money. It's like, why would you need to sue for that much?
I'm scrolling through now the article, which is why there's a bit of silence and why I'm stalling with words.
Yeah.
The subsection here of the article: could Jones face criminal perjury? Perjury?
Criminal perjury. Where is that?
The headline, the bold.
Could Jones face criminal perjury charges?
Yeah, are we illiterate? I think
at least one lie while on the witness stand when a lawyer for the parents suing him revealed he had digital copies of texts. Yeah, because that was the text that the lawyers had given to the other lawyers. It's
right.
Like,
so not only was the content
all their phone
damning,
messages and shit. It's like
that probably was that the final big. Was that the big nail in the coffin? Is that because that's very damning against your case, especially if it's on your side. Because if you're arguing that you didn't know,
it's like that's your lawyer's fault, man.
Yeah,
like, what, because you texted something or whatever.
Do you know if there were any repercussions for the lawyer? Because surely there would be.
You'd think, right? Bro, I think, honestly, there should be repercussions for, like, judges and lawyers who make massively wrong decisions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if they find out, like, a dude that got sent to jail for 25 years was innocent the whole time, it's like, doesn't the judge get some kind of... Don't these people get some kind of...
Right, that's a good point. So
but that's the thing. Who would become a lawyer and a judge, Like,
that's why there's, like... You'd think the people who become judges are very passionate about the law.
I would want to punish someone like that, but it's like, how would you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably why it's
without it having some massive ripple effect on the law.
It's a high position job in, like, I guess, society.
It should be a high stress position. It should be like, if you screw up, this man's life is completely altered.
Yeah.
So,
but if you get it right, that's justice. So if you have a strong sense of justice, then you have to be correct.
But but you got to be like, you got to make sure the information's all there. And
what about people with false allegations? You know, it's very common for like, for example, divorced couples, right? Where if they're for the reason of them getting divorced, and there's like a crime committed, where it's like, oh, the woman goes, he attacked me, and then eventually he's in prison for 15 years. All right, 12 years in, they find out that he actually didn't. She should go to prison.
Yeah, I think so.
It should go both ways, because if it was the other way around, it's the false rape allegation thing. Why don't they face some kind of punishment for almost destroying someone's life? And even then, usually, say if it's like a university student or something, they'll get thrown out. They'll get thrown out of their job as well. Yeah. But they won't get any recompense if it's found out to be false. Now, anywhere outside this room...
People will still hate them.
Yeah, anywhere outside this room where it's not you and I talking, if we were to talk about this in public with strangers, well, we'd just get branded as a misogynist.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, hey, no, you can't say things like that. It's like, well, no. Can't. The whole point of law is to, like, justice, right? So that goes both sides. It doesn't matter.
Finding the truth, you know, finding what happened, and then, you know...
Actually, here's a good hypothetical. If it was a gay couple, right? Two dudes, right? Then there's no question of gender. Yeah? So would the punishment then be... Like, would they be held to the same standard of, okay, you falsely...
I think there are differing factors. It really depends.
Right. Because then the argument of... men and women being equal is completely thrown out the window by law.
Well, I mean, it is in general. You know, women are heavily favored in divorce court, in family court, in all of this. Yeah. They have the power of the law, really. You know.
Yeah.
We might have the power of
everything
men,
else.
Of everything else.
Everything else.
But they have the power of the courts to royally screw your life, like really hard, really bad.
Yeah, and then when they do it, and then they found that it's wrong. This is obviously, of course, hypothetical.
Well, generally, it's not. From what I understand, it's not really found to be wrong. But yeah, I mean, I know someone who had a child with someone else, and then it was like a one-night thing, and he had to pay alimony pretty much until the kid was 18.
Yeah, that's the law. That's the U.S. law. Yeah,
that's from like 0 to 18.
No. But I'm saying, like, in the U.S., that's like the alimony law. That's from 0 to 18.
Everyone has.
Does that happen in Australia as well?
It happens in Australia.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was uniquely US.
So you have to be careful with the person you do it with.
Yes.
Or whatever, you know?
Otherwise.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's why I think, in general, in a relationship, you want to be with them for at least 4 to 5 years, because apparently that's like the cutoff point where certain people will not like someone anymore.
Is that like a psychology thing that you've read?
I've heard about, it's something like that.
If you say that you've read something instead of that you've heard something, you sound more intelligent.
Whatever.
That's a...
Yeah, I read something online in the forums.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's a lot worse.
In the 4chan forums, in the Reddit forums, the Reddit threads.
Straight from the hacker known as 4chan.
I've read it, I've looked it up and all that. But yeah, from what I understand, you know, people in dating or whatever, they might just lose attraction. Yeah. So you want to be with them for a while before you marry, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Just so they don't fall out of love with you, or they don't show their true intentions of never actually loving you. So if someone is like, oh, we need to marry straight away, be very careful. Okay, very careful. You know?
Yeah, no, you have a good point there.
Be very afraid.
Yeah. I was tempted to brand that as Mossman's Minute of Misinformation, but that might just not be that might
that's just truth, man. Mossman's Information Minute.
Yeah,
it's truth.
We need the alliteration then.
I know. There's none. There's just none.
No. Intelligent information with the Mossman.
Yeah,
that's all right. We'll work on. We'll brain shop. We'll
brain
shop that one. Yeah,
brain shop that one. Yes,
yeah, that's what I want to coin that word. Brain shop.
You were just mixing and matching words together because we can't think of the exact word to say.
It creates flavor to the podcast.
Absolutely, I think
because that's how people consume podcasts now. They eat them.
Because
you're listening to this in the far future.
It's like Ratatouille.
That's right.
Where the guy eats the food and he reminds himself of his childhood.
The year is 2036, and
the year is
podcasts
2036.
are eaten directly, and the information is absorbed straight through the Neuralink microchips
And then the Neuralink microchip
and because of
your brain.
Because of this absorption of information, you now know that the podcast is done. It's over. That's it.
But
Go home.
The side effect of a Neuralink is that...
You've interrupted my outro, you piece of shit. The podcast is over. We're done. That's it.
The Neuralink will kill everyone.
You've fucking done it again. I'm going to cut your fucking microphone.
No!
You piece of shit.
I'm from the future. Wait. Never mind. I've lost my train of thought. Bye-bye.